there's only one true church.
Anyone who preaches another gospel is an antichrist.
You're being lied to.
The Bible says that God is not the author of confusion.
Is it possible that everybody can be right?
Hi, welcome to this episode of Christian Diversity. Today we're going to be looking at a major difference between Catholics and Protestants. Take a look at these video clips to see what I mean.
Protestants accuse the Catholics of being unscriptural, and the Catholics state, well, they say that the Protestants don't have the true faith carried through the centuries by the Roman Catholic Church.
The statement to the Catholic Church, the one true church, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, a lot of people do it. It annoys people who think that it means, we're right, everybody else is wrong. But that really isn't the Catholic view. We would say that the Catholic Church has the fullness of truth.
There is no salvation outside the Catholic Church.
I want to talk to you about the Pope and what is going on in the display of Roman Catholicism in front of us. That our entire discussion tonight has one purpose, and that is to make sure that we understand that people caught up in the Roman system are not saved Christians. They are lost people on their way to eternal hell.
Our people must be reminded to tell non-Catholics when they ask that we consider them deprived of the ordinary means of salvation, no matter how excellent their intentions.
No one can be in the Church of Christ without professing the ensemble of the truths of Catholic faith.
Roman Catholics are Christians if they have trusted in Jesus alone for the forgiveness of their sins.
Every Catholic dogma that's been defined is you have to believe it to save your soul.
However, if they believe that they are saved by God's grace and their works, or any combination of, then they're not saved.
Protestantism, of all the tens of thousands of sects of Protestantism that there are, only vaguely point in the right direction. Some a little bit more, others a little bit less. You want to know the exact way to the Father? Go to the exact church He established, period.
Genuine and discerning believers through all the history of the church and today understand the false priesthood. They understand the heresy of revelation by tradition. True believers understand the horrific exaltation of Mary above Christ and even above God.
Wow, I don't know if you knew how some Catholics felt about Protestants and how some Protestants felt about Catholics, but it's clear that from some Protestants' mindsets, Catholics are not real Christians at all. And it's clear that from some Catholics' points of view, Protestants aren't real Christians.
Christ established the Catholic Church on earth personally. He clearly establishes a church in Matthew chapter 16. Protestants ultimately reject this church, and they reject its teachings.
The Council of Nicaea. And this meeting gave rise to the first officially recognized departure from the original New Testament church. Now, this newly created denomination took a Latin word, Catholic, but the pure New Testament Church of Christ continued to exist.
The church which Jesus established was the Roman Catholic Church.
The only way to stand in the succession of the apostles is to teach and believe what they taught and believed, and Rome doesn't do that.
True Christians understand the false forgiveness of the confessional, the uselessness of infant baptism and the other sacraments.
I think we have to first of all affirm with the Church, as defined 3 times, that outside the Catholic Church there's no salvation.
But if anyone, Catholic included, openly denies essential doctrines, then he is not saved.
How can anyone in their right mind possibly consider that all these other churches are equally or nearly equally valid routes to heaven?
If God tells us outside the church there's no salvation, then we believe God because God is God. And if God said it, that's enough for me.
The Son of God came to earth to teach us His truth and for us to follow His ways. That's why the Catholic Church exists.
So as you can see, the disagreements between these two churches, the Catholic and the Protestant, are not peripheral. They actually go right to the core of what it means to be a Christian and what it means to be saved and attain Christian salvation. There is a big conflict here. In fact, there are many, many Protestants and many Catholics who disagree with their own brethren in this view.
So Vatican II, for example, said that non-Christians can be saved. Even people, even atheists of goodwill can be saved. Someone who's following his or her conscience sincerely and honestly can be saved.
But nevertheless, I am trying to represent here the fact that these views are still held in the 21st century about each other. Thanks for watching this episode of Christian Diversity. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the foundational book of the Christian faith, the Bible. Thanks for watching.